Alright, Jake from GD Honey Acres here. You can probably tell I'm a little bit dirty. That's because I was playing in the forge all day making this. Working on making knives again. Just redid my forge and got that going. My son is in here today, so you'll be hearing him every now and again. Say hello, Ronan.
Hi.
Alright, today I'm going to be working on making some bottom boards for my beehives. I'm going to be using 1x material. I had some 1x8 just sitting around, so I'm going to be working on doing it with that. I got, let me see here, I wrote down, I'm going to have two pieces at 16¼ inches long, two pieces at 20½ inches long, and they're all going to be about 2 3/4 inches wide. And when I upload the video, I'll go ahead and convert everything to metric for everybody that's not in SAE land. All right, let's get started on this. All right, let's cut the first couple pieces. They will be at 20 1/4 inches, and like I said before, when I go and post the video up, I'll convert everything to metric. My son is on the other side of the shop, pretending he's hunting. Let's get cutting. I already made a mark. There we go. Now let's set up the table saw. I'm going to set it up to about 2 3/4 away. The fence between the blade, there'll be 2 3/4 inches of space there. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we've got the table saw set up. Blade height is set. 2 3/4 inch distance right here. Let's get ripping these boards. I will be using my push stick today because of the distance right here. I don't want to get my hand in there. All right, let's get going. Got all, well, 8 of these pieces made, so that should be enough for 2 bottom boards.
Yeah. I think so too.
Hear my son over there probably. He's agreeing with me. All right, I'm going to use a dado blade. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to kind of notch a groove in 3/4 down, 3/4 of an inch down. I'm going to notch a groove in 7/16 wide. And then we're going to cut a piece of plywood, and that way that plywood has a spot to sit in there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'll probably glue the whole thing, slide the plywood in, then use some either staples or nails, and then eventually screw it all together. All right. Okay, I got the dado blade in there, and because of my table saw, it's a smaller one, I'm only able to go up to 3/8 of an inch. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to make 2 full passes, you know, widening it up each time, and then 1 little sliver. Now I've got, between the blade and the fence, I've got it set 3/4 of an inch. That's how far down I want to be. I've got this set up in 1/4 of an inch, so we should only be going in about 1/4 of an inch. All right, let's get rocking. There's the start of my groove. Now I'll just end up moving the blade over just a little bit, make it a little bit wider. Let's keep going. Now, as you can see, I left a little sliver right there. That should easily get me my 7/16. So I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to move the fence back just a hair, and then I'll take that right out of there. All right, let's get after it. Get this last little bit done. There we go. Just like that. Got it done. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, now I screwed up when I thought this was 7/16. I thought I had 7/16 plywood. Turns out I have 3/8 plywood sitting around. So what I'll end up doing with at least these two bottom boards is I will cut two pieces to fit inside these grooves. Well, let's go ahead and get started putting these three pieces together. Once again, we're going to be using the Tight Bond 3. Great stuff. Go ahead and put a little dabby dab right there. I'm going to go ahead and use my brad nailer to kind of just put them all together. For the initial bonding of the woods together, I will be using screws. More than likely decking screws, just because they're coated. They won't rust out on you as much. There we go. Now what I'll do is I'll go ahead, I'm going to measure the distance between here to here, and I'm going to add 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to measure the distance from here to here, and I'm going to add 1/4 inch. The reason I'm adding 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch is because this blade was set up only 1/4 inch out of the surface of the table saw. All right, I'm gonna go grab that chunk of plywood and we'll get cutting it. You know what? I just changed my mind. Instead of going the plywood route, I'm gonna go ahead and use my 1-bys, because turns out I cut these deep enough that they can fit perfectly right there. Would you look at that? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and just measure, like I said before, from here to here, add 1/2 inch, and just cut enough boards to fill this. And then my last one, I'll probably have to rip down to size to fit right. And then what I think I'll go ahead and do after that is I'll probably end up putting a board at an angle to kind of just help the bees land, you know, give them a landing pad. All right, let's get to it. All right, I went ahead and cut my 3 pieces out that are go inside this. 2 of them are 15 1/4 wide. It's not letting it happen. 15 1/4 wide by 7 1/4. And then one is 15 1/4 wide by 6 1/8 inch. I will go ahead and put these in metric Once I upload it, like I said I would, I'm going to go ahead and give her some glue. 3, 4, probably for all 4 sides here. See how much I get on my hands versus these boards, huh? All right. Let's go ahead. Get those pushed in. And then let's do this one. There. There. Since I already got glue on this one, I'm gonna put it on this edge. I'm gonna shove her in. Now while I'm here, I might as well throw a couple nails in it to keep them in place. Now let's do this last one. Didn't really get a whole lot there. There we go. Get in the groove. Get my fingers to work for me would be nice. Now, you've heard me many times on my videos talk about finger awareness because your nails can do that right there. Always make sure you have your fingers away from where the nails can come out because they do veer, and that was a perfect example. Just gonna run a few more of these in. Bless me. And there's the basic deal of our baseboard, our bottom board. Now I want to make a ramp, so I want to see what I can do here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my table saw. I'm going to cut an angle out. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and cut an angle. So I just kind of put it right there on the face here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, I'll be right back and show that. All right, all I did with my table saw, sorry for the light, I got LED lighting all over in here. But I just took my table saw, put it to a 45-degree angle, and I basically ran it just like this with the blade like that. Just cut that little bit off. Now let's get down here, see how it's gonna look. Let me get you a little bit closer. That seems like guys are really far away. All right, now here's a little better angle. It's gonna sit just like that. I think that'll work. That'll give them a little bit of a landing surface to help them get in better. I'll probably do that with all of mine. All right, do a streak of glue right here. Probably a little overkill on the glue, but whatever. Now we're gonna kind of position it how we want it. I'm gonna come in with my brad nailer. Right there. And one, let's go ahead and put one right here just to help hold it in place. There we go. little overkill on the nails, but I don't care too much. All right, there she is, all ready to rock and roll. Now, one thing I did go ahead and do is not only do I have, come on, white balance. There we go. The 2 screws here. I went ahead and ran one more in each board on each side to go along with that good wood glue and the brad nails to make sure it holds together. Now, I did go ahead and put one on each side of the ramp too. But there it is. All made and ready to rock and roll. April's coming soon, and that's when the nukes are getting here. I got to get ready. I got 2 more of these I got to make, and I'll have all my bottom boards. I got all my deep boxes made, got all my frames made. I just got to do inner covers and then the telescopic covers. All right, I'll keep posting progress as I go along. If this helped you out, gave you some good ideas, helped you just get things rocking and rolling, or you just liked watching it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll keep building all this, and I'll keep posting videos. Catch y'all later. Peace out.